live, my voice, from the 47th Annual Lone Star Street Rod Association Straight Run, State Run in Granbury, Texas. This is the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talked to some of the participants in this week's happenings out here. Mr. Mars has the 10 best fuel economy hybrids not fitting at all for this event. We don't care about hybrids. And we'll have the upcoming events calendar and this week's automotive news headlines. It's just ahead on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Mr. We Need More Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us out here in Granbury, Texas. We're expecting over 100 degrees in temperature later on today. It's not that now.
300 plus cars.
Is that right?
That's
well, they're all up front because we're kind of back here in the park area. And this is really a nice park. It's called Hewlett Park. It's called Hewlett Park, and we're here. Aren't we close to the lake?
Yeah, the lake's right behind us.
Okay, yeah.
And the lake's right behind us, and it's all day today.
Why didn't we show the lake?
Well, because it's not quite. It's behind us, but it's over there a little bit. Don't ask difficult questions. You want us to turn this all
I mean
around
right down
now?
here at the bottom of the hill where the cars just. If you just keep going straight, you'd go right in the drink, wouldn't you?
Yep.
You would. So
bring that in a little bit closer. And this is Rick Neely.
Hi, Rick.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
It is.
And
Rick, there's a lot of gray-haired people here, or white-haired, or no-hair people here.
Those are experienced people.
They are.
People with experience. Rick is the president, the chairman of the Lone Star Street Rod Association.
Good morning. Thank you all very much for including us in your schedule and coming out here and doing this.
Well,
with
thank
us.
you. Thank you for inviting us. This is
Absolutely.
a treat for us. I think this is the first. No, we did go to Arlington one year for a Ram truck event at Cowboy Stadium.
Up in the Dallas-Fort Worth.
Before it was the new stadium.
Right.
Yeah. So we were kind of up here many years ago, but this is much better. Because that
you
was
guys
in a
are an
parking
event
lot.
worth attending. So, everybody that's out there listening in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, come on out. Granbury's a beautiful little town. They got lots of stuff going on.
I don't think that you need to promote that because apparently everybody from the Dallas-Fort Worth area knows about Granbury. And they know what a cool little town this is. We went over to Randy's Bar and Grill over here last night to have dinner, and it clearly is a local place. Loved it. It was great. Had some drinks and had dinner over there. You just don't find that very much in Houston, Texas.
I've never had a bad meal in this town.
Yeah. Do you live here?
No, I actually live in Midland. I'm about 300 miles west of here.
Oh,
Midland,
wow.
Texas.
Midland, Texas.
Are you in the oil business out there?
I'm one of the few that is not. I'm actually in highway construction.
Highway construction.
Yeah.
Do they have highways out there?
We have several.
Do you?
Yeah, we've got to have a way to get the oil.
That's it.
There
That's
you go.
it.
A never-ending task.
Never ending.
There's always a highway that needs construction or rebuilt or
Hey,
widening or.
It was the highways of the grocery stores. We all got to eat and we all got to get somewhere.
So, Rick, I understand this is the 47th annual.
It is.
Were you a member at the first annual?
I was not.
Yeah.
No, I was not.
Because you were probably still in high school back then, weren't you?
I was. I graduated in 78. So, and the association began in 74. I was in and out of the association early on in my life. My father was a previous director
Oh, wow.
out of the San Antonio area. I have the distinguished honor of being the first and only second-generation director with the Lone Star Street Rod Association. And I was late to one meeting and I woke up, and now I'm the chairman.
You didn't show up and got elected.
Just about. Just about. But
That's your truck?
that is my vehicle, yes.
What
sir.
is that?
That is a 68 Ford, short wide. Got a little tilt front end on it, little 351 that's had some massaging. And
Is it a Cleveland?
It is. It is.
We had a discussion last weekend of the difference between a Cleveland and a Windsor engine.
Uh-huh.
Because they were both 351s, were they not?
They correct. One was pretty much a tall deck, closer to the early Y-block design, as I understand it.
Yeah, and that's what we got was the fact that it had something to do with
Doesn't
The
the
head-
Cleveland
head
have
design.
candid valves as well?
Now you're asking me to talk over my head.
But two distinctly different engines with two distinctly different power curves as well.
And distinctly different cost to build one over the other.
Is it really?
Correct.
Cleveland's much more expensive?
That's as I understand it. It's much more expensive to build.
Well, that's why you own one.
Well, why?
It came in the truck.
But why is that? Why is it much more expensive than the?
They're much rarer.
They are.
One is much rarer than the other. One being one was basically built in Cleveland. One was built in Canada. And
Oh, duh. I until you said that, I never realized that's where the Cleveland and the Windsor came from.
Oh, my
I
God.
knew
That's-
Cleveland was built in Cleveland, but I never realized that the Windsor was built in Windsor, Canada, which is across from Detroit on the
Across the river.
Across the river. Well, it's the only Canadian city that is south of a major U.S. city,
Detroit.
which is weird. But yeah, I learned something. I love learning something every day. So I've learned my thing for today.
You're
I'm done. I'd
serious?
go back
So
and
we're
take a nap.
educational now.
Yes.
No. Well, yes, we are.
So tell us a little bit more about the mods on the engine on your truck.
there's just really not a whole lot to it other than it's got an aftermarket intake on it. It's streetable. It looks serious with 18.5-inch tires. Looks like it's quite the hot rod, and somewhat intimidating at times the way it's slicked off. And
Where do you find a rear tire that wide? I mean, like seriously,
Well,
is
that's-
maybe the
That's
widest.
from that's from Tubtown.
It looks like a
It's-
dirt track car, a dirt
it-
track racer tire.
it is a Hoosier. Hoosier is the manufacturer of that tire.
Yeah.
And that's where you
I mean,
get
the
'em.
only thing bigger than that's going to be a 55-gallon barrel. Those are huge, but it really sets the short bed off. It really makes it very distinctive. And you said it's got a tilt front end on it.
You've
Yes,
always
that's
been a
unique.
Ford guy.
No, I'm not really. I'm not gonna say I'm brand loyal. I have a '37 Oldsmobile Coupe
Yep.
that I've had since I was 14 years old.
How cool.
Been in the family. My father drove that car over 350,000 miles
Oh,
as
my.
a street rod.
As a street rod.
As a street rod, and we never pulled the heads or the pan off the motor, and it has an Oldsmobile 350 in it. Then I also have a '39 Cadillac with a 500 Cadillac motor in it.
There you go.
Oh,
now we're
wow.
talking.
And then I have a 57 Buick 2-door post, still running the nail head. So,
You like the old school stuff like we do.
I do. I was blessed in the fact that even as a child, in single digits of age, my dad was always tinkering and building and twisting wrenches on something.
So instead of being on the phone as a kid or on the computer, you were under the hood with your dad on the vehicle.
Thank you for the compliment. There were no cell phones
Yeah.
and computers when I was a kid. Yeah. I was raised in that fortunate generation of go outside and play. When the street lights come on, come home.
Time to come home when it gets dark.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. But, yeah, I've been around the cars and the hobby literally since I was 12 years old. And I think I'm better for it.
Oh,
I feel better for it.
I would agree. Just to be able to get under the hood of one and at least understand what you're looking at is a big advantage over what the kids are today.
I can't touch the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't own a computer to plug into it to tell me what's wrong with it. I've got to go old school.
Yeah, because
But,
you can't go on YouTube and find out a whole lot about
No.
about yours, but I'm sure somewhere there is.
I have to pay you a compliment. I like your tire and wheel combination, and that's rare for me to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
because,
much.
wheels are probably, to me, more indicative of a guy's taste in his car, and it's so changeable and so easy to change. And, there are guys that have gone out and bought these tires and wheel combination, 20 or 30 years ago, when they still running the same tires on it. And you can tell that they're a little bit dated. Some of them work, some of them don't. We were talking about
But they
this
blend
Model
with
A here
the style
that
of the
it works
car.
for that
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
And that works for that.
Well-
It kind of has that cop Interceptor look to it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, it is.
Alan Budnick, old family friend of ours from out in California, Budnick Wheels. He and I had this similar discussion about tire wheel combination on the right tire wheel combination on the vehicle. And Alan said it best. He said it's kind of like putting the right jewelry on.
That's right.
Getting the right bling.
Okay.
For
That makes
how
sense.
for the event or for whatever you're doing.
Do you want hoops or do you want studs?
Something like that. Yeah, maybe so. How big do you want those diamonds?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. No, it works. It fits the truck, and I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
like that conservative look. I've always been that way.
It's just slick and clean.
Yes, it is.
And monotoned all the way down to the bumpers and the even the door handles.
Now, we didn't look at the interior. Have you done anything to the interior?
Oh, it's all been redone, but it's 90% stock.
Did you keep the bench?
There is a bench in it.
A bet.
There is a bench in it.
There's a bench in it, so we can make it into a bench.
Well,
Yeah.
It is a bench seat. I mean, you can't hardly wrap your arm around your 35-year married wife if she's all the way across the vehicle from you.
Very
That's
true.
right.
Very true.
You know, I like necking with my wife. So there
That's
you go.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's
nothing
a family
wrong
show.
with that.
It's a family show.
Is she here today?
She is. Yeah.
Is she also a street rodder?
She enjoys the cars. She understood when we married over 35 years ago that
It was going to be a part of your life.
Part of the
it is.
package.
It is. It's part of the package. And
Well, and I'm
And-
sure being involved in this for 35 years, she's got a pretty good collection of friends that also are
She-
spouses of street rodders.
she does, and they all sit back and do the same thing. They say, we can't get him out of the garage. He doesn't come in the house, but after 35 years, some of that is a blessing.
How many slots you got in the garage?
I actually have a 2,000 square foot shop
See, there you go.
with lifts and a 3-car garage. So
Are they attached to each other?
the shop is within 100 feet of the house.
Gotcha. You have a walkway
I do.
between the two?
I do.
You haven't enclosed it yet, though, have you?
The shop?
No, the walkway.
Oh, no. No, sometimes you got to be able to catch some fresh air.
So tell me, what's the membership like in Lone Star Street Rod Association?
Just over 800 members right now.
That's big.
Yeah. It's been bigger through attrition. Some of the people that, a lot of the folks, honestly, that were members early on, we started with 16, 17 members when all of this started in the early 70s. Attrition has, and the Lord has taken a bunch of these people to be with them. Illnesses, such things as this. COVID did us no good at all.
Yeah, didn't do anybody.
When we have when you're dealing with the older generation, as you well know, some of them were more affected.
And susceptible, yeah.
Yeah. We have a director down in Corpus Christi, Bob and Barbara Clausen. They probably did more for this hobby, for this sport, than any two people that I know. When you notice the caps and the T-shirts this weekend, it has a yellow with blue flame 40 Ford Coupe. That's Bob and Barbara's car.
Oh, cool. Nice way to
And it's to
recognize
it's
them.
to say thank you for everything that they did. They would do our church service.
Yeah, in memorandum, yeah.
And it didn't matter where you were. You could catch them in Colorado one weekend, and you might catch them in the Northeast 2 weeks later. In that 40, they drove it all over the country. I'm going to guesstimate 500,000 miles.
Oh, my gosh.
That they drove that car and drove it.
Think of
And
how many people they had to dodge that were taking pictures of it while they were driving down the highway.
that is a real problem.
Oh, I know it's
Because
a real problem.
as they turn their head, they turn their wheel, and all you can do is stab the brakes and let them go by so they don't run over you. Because you can't find all these car parts. You can't get them all that readily.
So what are you expecting here today as far as attendance, and what are these folks going to do other than look at everybody else's cars?
And that's what a bunch of them do. We've got some good food vendors and other vendors up on the hill. They'll go through and visit them, they'll hang out in the park. They'll look at all of the cars. They'll wish that they hadn't have sold that car.
Yeah.
A lot of them. We hear this. I had one of those, or my buddy had one of those. And the next thing you know, and it has happened in recent years here in Granbury, fella saw a vehicle that, oh man, that is so cool, and I love the way it was done, and he's back the next year with something similar.
Oh, okay.
Got a little inspiration.
He got some inspiration, and he became, he found that something he was looking for to fill,
And that
fill that gap.
And that inspiration may come from the whole car, or just the way the person did the electrical wiring on the engine, or just the way
Correct.
the front accessory drive system was. That's what makes everybody's car better, is they take little bits and pieces of things that they see to better their car.
They take that collage, if you will,
Yeah.
and they build.
Yeah.
I
There.
build my stuff to suit me, and if you appreciate what I've done, that's just the cherry on the sundae.
Absolutely, it is.
But
Is this
first
a
and foremost-
judged event?
No, sir.
It's not a judged
It's
event.
not a judged event in the sense that most people think of. What we do as participants, they'll go through and they will vote on their top 3 favorite vehicles. And the ladies will have a ladies' choice on that same ballot. They turn them all in. The participants vote for the vehicles
Yeah.
within themselves. There's not a public vote. There is a kids' choice this year.
Oh, cool.
We brought that in. So
Because that's
And
got to
then-
bring a different perspective to it.
It does.
The kids
It does.
see things way different than we do.
yeah, my '57 Buick wins a lot of kids' choice because they think it looks like the Batmobile
Yeah.
because it's painted black. I mean, it's just.
And I'm sure that
And
there's a lot.
I love seeing the kids and the grandkids.
I'm sure that there's a lot of correlation also here with the cartoon cars.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say some of the Mater replicas.
Yes.
We've seen them here before.
Yeah.
But and I'm also proud to tell you, I love seeing the multi-generations and bring the younger kids in and whatnot. And I was sitting in the hotel last night, had no clue that one of my daughters was going to be able to attend the event. And it's about time for me to go to bed, and I look up, and here comes my grandson,
Oh, cool.
my granddaughter, and then my great-grandson around the corner.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
in my family alone, we have 4 generations here this weekend.
That's awesome.
And-
Oh, man.
and I know that I'm not the only one rowing that boat. It's
And that's important to street rotting because,
It-
when
it
you first
is.
walked up, we talked about how gray the crowd is, and you have to pass this on to the next generation
Yeah.
and the following generations and grow their passion.
Yeah.
Your dad grew your passion. Now it's our responsibility to help grow that passion in the next 5-10-year-old kid.
and I have a particular grandchild that actually asked me one time, Papa, who gets the Cadillac when you die?
I want the Cadillac.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
So,
Jeff,
yeah.
Jeff gets the caddy.
yeah, my little 39 Caddy. So to me, that's, well, I want to share my passion.
Yeah.
And that's part of why. Well, that's why we're here.
Oh, yeah.
That's why every one of us is here this weekend.
Is that one of the stated goals of Lone Star Street Rod Association?
Our first and foremost goal is family.
Okay. So, yeah.
We're a family Christian-based organization. That's how we started, and we've stuck to that. You won't see people doing donuts and acting silly. We won't do that. We don't want the liability. We want everybody. We want to maintain a family atmosphere, and that's what we do.
Well, we all know deep down inside that every car here will do donuts day in
Oh.
and day out.
And probably
Why
has
not all
somewhere,
over?
just not here.
And all we ask you to do is get 2 blocks away from the event before you do it, and then just light them up and have a good time.
Do what you want to do. but
Yeah, do
don't
what you want to do.
here.
Yeah, just don't do it here,
You
please.
could hear them last night on the main road.
Yeah.
Yes, a few of them were out there last night.
I imagine, yeah. But yeah, it's we're looking to possibly have as many as 350 plus cars
Today.
this weekend.
Wow.
Yes, and
Is this the first day, or it was yesterday the first day?
well, today's the first official day. Now registration and such began yesterday
Yeah.
at 11. This is kind of our, I don't know, this is our biggest day, if you will. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll bust off the day with church service. Immediately following the church service is when we'll have our awards presentation. So back to those ballots I spoke of a moment ago. We'll go count those ballots tonight, and we'll make the phone calls. And we will have, up here in the winner's circle, we'll have the top 10. Whoever the top 10 vote getters. We will honor our Street Rodder of the Year and our Lady Street Rodder of the Year. And then we will have director's picks and our editor pick and our chaplain pick. And then the individual car clubs from around the state who want to participate, they'll get together and they'll mull it over and they'll fuss and argue and they'll pick a car. And then
From their group
to
present.
they'll go pick a car out here. And it may be not the brightest, shiniest, prettiest car, but like a director's pick, the guy, it's the loose nut behind the wheel that carries at least 60% of the weight. You can have this gorgeous, beautiful car and just be mean as a snake, and people aren't going to vote for your car. But if you love the sport and you've built your car and this and that and the other, that's what these clubs look at. That's what us as directors look at. And we'll make those choices. They'll make their presentations. And then we're going to give away some money.
And that, oh, wow.
Yeah, randomly through today and tomorrow to the registered vehicles. We'll reach in there and we'll pull out a chip. It'll have a car number on it. Have them come up and pick up a door prize. Well, that door prize may be a Benjamin.
Oh,
Nice.
So, something else new we're doing
So
this year.
a tank of gas.
Well,
Maybe.
couple
If
gallons.
it's a small
hey,
tank.
it depends on how big your tank is.
Well, but the cool thing is everybody has an opportunity to get recognized.
Yes.
For the effort you put into your car, and it's not always about the beauty of it. Sometimes it's about the story of it. You know, I love your story about your dad. I think you said a 37 Oldsmobile.
37 Oldsmobile.
37 Oldsmobile that
Yeah.
you grew up with. Well, and that's what we're going to do, I think, as Gary kind of set us up with some people to talk to learn the stories of their cars as well that he thought
Some
was
of these
real
stories are
interesting.
really, really interesting. You know, that car we got that car at 37. I was 14. That was going to be my high school car. We start working on it. Dad kicks back and looks and says, hey, this is going to be way too cool. You're going to wreck it. We can't go down the wrecking yard and just pick up a fender.
That's right.
He says, we're going to find you something else to drive. So we went off, found something else. Hence, Dad kept the street rod, the Oldsmobile coupe, business coupe at that, so it was even rarer. And drove it till he couldn't drive anymore. My mom stepped in behind the wheel. She drove till his passing. And then I got my car back. I got my high school car back.
With great memories.
The best memories was going to these events around the country with my dad. He always had to be in the front, so I always had to follow him. But he was Dad.
Well,
you
that's
know.
what dads do.
Yes, and he was great about that. And he also gave a quote that I want to share with you, and I hope that you carry it and pass it on. When people ask, just what is a rod run? What is this Lone Star Street Rod Association all about? My dad's comment, and the best way that he could describe all of this was, we look at it as a family reunion with some really cool cars.
Oh, great.
And that was, and that's just stuck with me forever. And I love sharing it. And I hope that you guys, hang on to that and feel free to pass it around.
We just passed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick,
Wonderful.
thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank
Great
you,
to talk
gentlemen.
to you. Really appreciate it. Love your truck.
Thank you.
And
What was your dad's first name, Rick?
Bill Neely. Yeah. He,
my high school sweetheart's name was Sue Neely.
No, I was hoping you weren't going to say Bill Neely.
yeah.
It wasn't
Or
Bill.
Bob Neely.
It wasn't any of those. It was a real girl that time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much.
Rick,
We appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Great
sir.
story.
Hey, if you'd like to
Beautiful
get in touch with us here at In Wheel Time, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Again, my apologies for my voice today. A little under the weather. I caught this crud from my pilot. Thank you, James. Really appreciate it. Anyway, time now for the
sharing.
event. Time now for the events calendar. Conrad always has that.
So this evening in Houston is the Texas Block Party in Humble, Texas at the Civic Center, and that's going to be 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also tonight, the Brookshire Brothers Cruise-In on Eva Street in Montgomery, Texas. The Wharton Cruise Night at Domino's Pizza in Wharton, and then Saturday Night Cruise-In at Home Depot in Clear Lake Shores. The Dayton Cruisers Weekly Street Meet in Dayton, Texas. Tomorrow is the Octane and Espresso at Black Rifle Coffee at 7086 North Highway 6 in Houston, Texas. You ever had Black Rifle Coffee?
Not yet.
Oh, if you like a big caffeine hit in your coffee,
I want that.
Black Rifle is awesome. Awesome coffee. And then also tomorrow is Big Shot Golf Car Meet, and that's in Bryan, Texas. And then the show out Sunday at Detail Garage.
Very nice. Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 at iHeart.com and through the iHeart app. Just look for the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We also stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after a quick break.
Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install ExoShield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InRealTimeCarTalk.